This section is from section 2.1. We're going to talk about increasing, decreasing, and constant functions. We'll start off by drawing a coordinate axis. We have x and we have f of x. Now we can pick 2 points A and B along the x-axis, with the caveat that B is going to be greater than A. So that means B is going to be to the right of A. If we have a coordinate point here and we select A, its corresponding output will be at f of A. And so then we will have a coordinate point A, f of A, and that will represent the xy coordinate of where that is. We can also specify another point B, and this corresponding output would be f of B. And then we would have another coordinate point B, f of B, and that's also an xy point. We notice that this f of B has greater value than this f of A, and so we know that f of B is greater than f of A. If this is true, and we know that B is greater than A, for all of these points that are between B and A, we say that f of x is increasing over the interval from A to B. And this is in interval notation. For a decreasing function, it's almost the same thing. We have A, we have B, we know that B is greater than A, but then we have this point here, which represents f of A, and then we have this point here, which represents f of B. We know that this function is such that f of A is greater than f of B. So when these two go together, we say that f of x is decreasing over the interval from A to B. And again, this is in interval notation. Now, to be clear, A and B can be anywhere here. This is just one representation of where these 2 points can be. It's assumed that A and B can be actually pretty close to each other, and these points are actually right next to each other. But it's such in math and in the real numbers that between any 2 points, there's an infinite number of other points. So these definitions work for any 2 points that we have on this coordinate plane. To round it out, we can have a constant function. And again, we have our same A, and we have our same B. And again, we have B is greater than A. But then these 2 points here are at the same level, where we have f of A, and that is equal to f of B. Sorry, that's a little crammed in there. But we know that f of A is equal to f of B. When this is true, and these 2 points are at the same height, we say that f of x is constant over the interval. And not only that, f of x will equal some sort of number only. There will be no variables here, because it's always constantly going to be the same number.